Oh man, this is going to be really embarrassing. So before I get heckled, let me roll a clip from my last month's Crypto.com portfolio update to explain why. Roll the clip. Well, within the last 30 days, my portfolio has increased by a whopping £300, which is plus 14%. I honestly can't believe it. I really did think I was going to be in the red for quite a while. I'm hoping that I haven't weirdly foreshadowed my next month's update. Bless that guy, all giddy over a 13% increase. It's pretty cute, right? Well, he hasn't seen anything yet. Just wait to see what's happened in the last month. But that's not all, because I've actually broken some of my own rules already. It's not lasted too long as I'm only 2 months in. If anyone knows me, then I'm the sort of person who doesn't believe you can pick the winners and losers in the market. My stance is, don't try and find the needle, just buy the whole haystack. But in the last few weeks, I've actually sold down one of my positions. I know, shocking, I kind of shocked myself. Off the back of this sale, I've got a good number of changes to my portfolio, so I've actually got a hell of a lot to cover, so let's crack on with the video. But before I get started, I just want to give a massive shout out to my first patron, Rob Summerfield. Thanks Rob for your support, I really appreciate it. Secondly, if you're watching this and you're sat on the fence about crypto, or maybe you've dipped your toe into crypto already, but you really like the look of Crypto.com and its reward system, then feel free to use my link in the description below, as you can get $25 of free crypto for the massive task of simply creating an account that takes 5 minutes. I know, they drive such a hard bargain for that $25. Anyway, on with the video. So let's talk about the biggest news in the crypto space this month. Dogecoin. If you somehow miss this news, then I would be surprised, as it's been literally everywhere. It's even made it to BBC News briefly. The news came off the back of some crazy price movement following a cocktail of Elon Musk tweeting some stuff and then a Slim Jim's commercial over in the US and a few other various factors. This all sent Dogecoin shooting to the moon. Why this is important is that against my better judgment, I actually bought 1,615 Dogecoin for the total cost of $57.44 back in March. I'll touch on my reasons for not liking Dogecoin shortly, but at the time of purchasing it, it was about 3.7 pence per Dogecoin. But during April, this skyrocketed all the way to 29.7 pence, a huge 8x in the blink of an eye, which turned my £57 into $495. I could hardly believe the numbers, and I remember checking my app every 2 or 3 minutes going, are you sure this is right? Are you sure this is right? But as much as I've benefited from this, I need to highlight why I don't like holding Dogecoin, and why I don't hold high hopes for this in the future. Following the brief news I gave, you can probably work out why. It's not influenced by any sort of fundamentals. It's purely a meme. I really don't like the fact that there isn't any real true team behind it trying to make it useful. Next to nothing has changed about Dogecoin since when it was created in 2013. Even the founder has been quoted to say recently that he can't comprehend why Dogecoin is valued where it's at. So shouldn't we all be a little concerned about this? So I wasn't that happy to start off with holding Dogecoin, but out of nowhere it suddenly became my second biggest crypto position at over 10% of my portfolio. But after a brief conversation with my brother and a good friend who has a lot more money into crypto than I do, I made the decision to cut down my position in Dogecoin. So I actually sold 815 Dogecoin for £197, so nearly 4 times my initial investment, plus the fact that I still hold 800 Dogecoin now. For me, this was the best option to take advantage of the situation. But after all of my comments, you might ask, why the hell do I still hold Dogecoin at all? Well, Dogecoin is proving everybody wrong, and they're doing it time and time again. So I am open to the fact that I could be completely wrong about Dogecoin in the future in terms of its valuation. A lot of people laughed at the fact that it had a market cap of 5 billion just recently, while now its market cap is 47 billion. That's a larger market cap than Ford. Who's to say the impossible doesn't keep on happening? I can't say much of a believer in it, but I still have about £200 worth of it left, and I've already taken £240 worth in profits. This doesn't mean I'm not cheering Dogecoin on. I just find it difficult to hold a good weighting in Dogecoin due to its lack of fundamentals. So the real question is, what did I do with my £240 worth of profits? Well, for me, there was 2 priorities. The first being to increase some of my positions so that I could actually cross the minimum threshold in terms of staking that given cryptocurrency. And the second being to increase the depth of my portfolio with further altcoins. Regarding increasing some of my positions to get across that minimum barrier on crypto.com in terms of staking with their crypto earn feature, some of the positions are simply too far away for me to bridge the gap in terms of cost. Basically meaning I need more than £240 of that crypto in order to stake it. So an example would be Binance Coin. I currently hold 1.1 BNB, but you need 2 BNB to stake it with crypto earn. Meaning you'd have to invest another £450 just to be able to stake, so it's a no-go. But I was able to do this with Polkadot, Bitcoin Cash and Cardano. This means I now have 25% of my portfolio earning an income every year between the rates of 2 to 4.5% a year without having too much of a waste in my portfolio. Not bad, as it means more of my crypto is out there earning more crypto while asleep. So of the £240 I gained from the Dogecoin sale, I invested £200 of it investing into these 3 different positions. This then left me with £40, which I didn't really want to invest into one crypto, even though I strongly considered putting it all into Ripple. But I actually decided to spread this money thinly across 15 further altcoins to gain further exposure across my portfolio. So in rapid fire, these were Ripple, Filecoin, Maker, Polygon, Ethereum Classic, DAI, Avalanche, Holo, Algorand, Kusama, Dash, Chiliz, Elrond, Stacks and Ravencoin. Further to this, I have got some ambition to have at least £10 in every single coin listed on crypto.com, but this is a long-term goal as it would cost me at the moment around £700. So for now, I'm not looking to put any further money into my app. But outside of these changes and tweaks, where is my account now and who have been the winners and losers over the last month? Well, before we jump into that, feel free to look under this video and turn that nasty grey thumbs up button into a smurf. It really helps the channel, so thank you. As a quick recap, I invested £2,000 into crypto using crypto.com at the start of March, and I spread that over about 20 different projects, and then a month later it did grow by a whopping 17%, which I was really happy with at the time. This came out at about £22,277, and the growth primarily was driven by theta, which tripled in value in just 30 days. If you aren't aware of Theta's projects, then I would highly recommend you check them out. I think the web address is theta.tv. So, in the last month, my portfolio has jumped all the way from £2,277 all the way to £3,907. A staggering 72% jump, and I've not invested any more money into it. That means over the last 2 months it's grown by 95%, which has really blown my mind. Saying all this though, I do need to caution that crypto seems to move up and down a far lot quicker than any other asset class that I'm aware of. So in my case, I've had 2 very good months on the bounce, but I am expecting that I'll probably be in the red at some point, so please bear this in mind. But to put this performance into perspective, this percentage gain of nearly 100% is double what I've managed to gain from Vanguard over 3.5 years. In terms of the cash gain, this is 20% of the returns that I've got in Vanguard, but then consider that I've got nearly £60,000 in Vanguard, so it is remarkable what the crypto space has done for me over just the last 2 short months. Initially, I did get a lot of heat over my crypto portfolio, and I'll put a link to that somewhere in the top right. The heat came from the fact that I bought a broad mix of cryptocurrencies, and proportionally, my weightings are far more overweighted to altcoins than actually the big boys like Bitcoin and Ethereum, for example. But actually, the vast majority of my gains have come from outside the big boys like Bitcoin, Ethereum and Cardano. Only 10% of my gains have actually come from these 3, and they make up 30% of my portfolio. In reality, these 3 have actually been a large drag on my portfolio as they've massively underperformed my other coins. So, which altcoins have been the winners and losers over the last month? Well, let's start with the bottom 3, and surprisingly, only one of them is negative. In reverse order, the third worst was actually Bitcoin with a low growth of just 2.4%. It's funny how 2.4% gain is actually considered low in this situation. Next we have Sythetics, which was actually my bottom 3 again last month and grew by 0.1% growth. This is actually the only crypto that I've actually lost money on since the very start. And the biggest loser of this month was actually Theta, surprisingly, with a negative 4%. In reality, this isn't too surprising as it tripled in value the first month, so they've had a bit of a small sell-off, but it's pretty much recovered nearly all the way, so no complaints here at all. Right, now to the good stuff. Who have been the big hitters this month? Well, in third place I had Binance Coin, or better known as BNB, which grew by 133%. This actually made a large impact on my portfolio, as it was one of my top 5 holdings when I first started out, holding 10% of my whole portfolio. Its value didn't move much in March, but this movement has pushed its value from £217 to £503. Oosh, so a solid £300 gain in just a month on BNB. In second place we had Solana, which grew by a stunning 176%, which mainly happened, in fairness, in just the last 10 days. My initial position was fairly solid but not massive at £67, but this has jumped all the way up to £186, which I'm incredibly happy with. And in first place comes with no surprise at all, with an insane jump of 667% is Dogecoin. Again, I can't say I like Dogecoin, but I've got to say I quite like gaining £400 in less than a month for doing absolutely nothing. If you check the chart out just to the side of me here, you can see the insane jump that it made. It took my small position of £65 all the way to £434. It's got me thinking, if I just put my whole Vanguard portfolio into Dogecoin, I might be sat here with nearly £500,000, but in fairness, that's gambling, so no thanks. I have to say, I'm absolutely ecstatic with the first 2 months, and I'm truly excited with how it does over the next year, so stay tuned. Again, if you haven't got any crypto, then it's completely a no-brainer to get $25 worth of free crypto just from signing up and creating an account on crypto.com. Just to make you aware, I don't get anything for you signing up, so, don't think I'm just pushing it for the sake of it. It's $25 worth of free crypto. Anyway, that's all for this video. See you in the next one.